Hello everyone. So in this video, I'm gonna do some testing about NTFS and MFT Slack, which in the past used to exist. Today it doesn't, or at least we'll prove that. So let's do some testing here and show that in the past, what was seen to be like data remnant in Slack entries or MFT entries today no longer is the case. So I'm gonna create let me create a new one. So create VHT. I'm gonna just create one for testing demonstration purposes. So I'm gonna call it NTFS1. Okay, I'm gonna give it 1 gigabyte just for testing. Okay, that's done. Now let's initialize the disk. Okay, I don't care really currently about what layout is being used, so I'm gonna go with MBR. Let's just format it now, and I will keep everything, the whole size, everything here. Now this one I'm gonna create 512 bytes, call it NTFS1. Okay, and let's just do it that way. So let's do that, and let me do the following. So let me see if I have okay, so let me pause this. I need to get a file and then continue. Okay, so let's continue the recording. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do the following. So I'm gonna let me copy the files, the two files that I created one with like A's, 1512 A's, and then one with 1512 B's. Okay, so let's do that. So if we look at this, the size is 512 bytes. Okay, don't ask about the zero, we'll explain that in another video, but not now. So let me copy these over here. Sorry, let's copy this over to this volume. Okay, and now if we check, this should be containing or using 512 bytes. Okay, and now if we go to this volume, let's open WinHex and let's add the volume. And I'm using, by the way, the free version, so anyone can really do this at home. And now if we go to, let's say, the entry of the A file, so if I go right click, navigate, file record, we can see the contents of the file are exactly inside the MFT record, right? So we can see them, they are in the MFT entry. Okay, now what I'm going to do is going to do the following. Let's copy the B's. So I'm going to copy the B file over because I want to do some fragmentation, and I will do another video for explaining how that is being read, like the data runs. But for now, the goal is really just this. So I'm going to close because I don't have the full version to do like a new volume snapshot. So it will tell you, do you want a new snapshot? Yes, I do. So now we can see the B file. If I right click again and go to file record, I can see the B file where inside the MFT entry. And if I go a little bit up, right, we can see, oh, probably is not in the same. Okay, so they are in two different locations, not directly. But anyway, we can still see that these are, the contents are exactly within the MFT entry. This is the MFT entry for each one of these files. And we can know that from the beginning of the file signature of an MFT record. Now, what I want to do is the following. Let's open the A file. Okay, let's select all. Okay, and just go to the end and paste again. So now our file size should be 1024. And yeah, 1024, right? Now, if we go again here and remove, because again, I don't have the specialist to do refine volume snapshot, open disk, use this again, open, load the volume, yes, take a new snapshot. And now if I go to the file, it's no longer where, see, it's now even in a different location. And if I go right click, navigate to seek file records, as you can see, the data which was in here is no longer really there. So the data was actually somewhere in here. All of this was with A's. Now it's no longer there. Let's go to the B. You can see the B's are here after the file name. So this is where my file name starts, right? This is or where I can see the file name of this document or this file, okay? And we can see the contents of the file are where in the MFT entry itself. Okay, these are fix-up arrays. I'll talk about those in later on. For now, forget about them. These are actually bees, but in here they are part of the fix-up array. I will explain those later on in some other video. But for now, again, we can see the content. Okay, and if we scroll down, we can see the content all the way until the end of our file. Okay, so this means bees are also still where inside the MFT entry. Now, if I go to the bees, again, select all, copy, and paste to the end. Okay, and now save it. So if we do Alt, we can see now it's 1024, which is what we want. But now if we go, again, remove, add again, just because we don't have the free version. I know you are sick of me keep saying that. So let me load it again, take a new snapshot or a new one. Now if I click, see the data is now in a different location. And if we go to navigate, seek file record, we can see over here, this is the file name which starts here. We can see this is where the file name is starting, right? Or actually, I think it starts actually over here. This is where the file name starts, really, okay? And then it's ending all the way to here. This is where the file name entry, or the file name attribute, sorry, is being, not here even. Give me a second. Yep, this is all the file name attribute entry. This is where the file name attribute, and you can see the name of the file in there. We'll talk about that in another video. But for now, my focus is on the data which was here is no longer in here, by the way. As you can see, the data or the remnant which are here are no longer in here. Now, some of you might say, oh, this is because it's like a text file. The answer is no. Let me show you. Let's do this. In the past, this was true, by the way. The data, you can find Slackspace in there. Nowadays, that's not the case. So let's do MS Paint. Let's do this. And let's just create a very small file, okay, that can fit within the MFT. So let's do this and save that over here and store it. Let's call it on my desktop, or actually, let me store it within my evidence directory here. Let's call it small.png. So let's just call it that way. Let's see how big is this file. I just want to make sure it will fit within my MFT entry. So if we do this, so this is 137 bytes. So it will fit within the MFT entry. So let's copy it to the disk. Okay, so now it's here. And as we can see, it has 137 bytes. Okay, let's now go ahead and find this within what? Our drive. So close, open again, NTFS. Take a new one, please. Yeah. So let's scroll down here. We can see the small PNG. The small PNG, where is it? Within the MFT entry. And like if I go back up again a little bit, you can see it's within the MFT entry. But anyway, we can just right click again, navigate if you don't believe that, and file. We can see this is where the file entry is. Now, you can see over here is where what? The MFT, the PNG starts, because this is a PNG signature, percentage PNG, okay? And if we go all the way down to the end, okay, this is probably where our PNG ends. This is where probably our PNG ends. Now what we can do also is we can go here and say file signatures, just to double check. Oh, we're not connected. Let me, I keep disabling this, so let me just enable it again quickly. And not and connected, okay. So if we do google.com, now it should open internet. Okay, so file signatures. Okay, we can get the Gary Kessler's website. Okay, and I know it's a PNG. I just want to double check if there's like a trailer for it. So PNG, and we can see there is actually a trailer for it, which ends with 60. All of these are part of the trailer. So let's just memorize 6082. So if we go here, we can see 6082. So yes, this is our PNG image. All the way down here is our what? PNG image. So we can actually copy this block into hex values. And for example, we can do 010 editor just to double check and make sure this is our true file. So if we say new, view, edit as hex, and let's say save, paste from hex, okay, and now if we save this to our desktop, for example, and call it extracted, okay, so if we do that and now do this, oh, I forgot to add the extension, yeah, no problem, .png, and if we open it, it is our same document, by the way. This is the same, I know. See, it's the same one. So now what we can do is let's increase its size. So let's increase the size of this one. So let's open it. And now, because we know this is within the MFT. So now if we do this and add hello, okay, let's just do anything. Okay. And hello. So if we do that now, the size, let's see, what is the size? Oh, so it's 1.7. So definitely it's no longer in the MFT entry. Okay, so let's do this. It was here in the beginning. So if I go open disk and say, okay, drive is already open, take a new one. Okay, so let's see if it was able to get a new one, or I have to close it. I don't know yet. So PNG, it seems, yeah. So see, if we go right click, navigate, seek file record, we can see the file record. We can see this is where the file name attribute is located. Okay, and it ends over here, right? 70. Yep, these are 70 bytes. Okay, this is where it starts, 30 and then 70 bytes, which is actually not 70 bytes. It's I think 96 bytes. This is in hexadecimal. So we can see this is where the name exists, but we can see that there no longer the data is there. The data now, if you click on it, is somewhere else on the disk. So if we go, and I know this, by the way, is not showing. Let me close it again. I know what's happening. And let me close this. Just was changed outside of this session. Are you sure you want to update? No. Let's just now open document. I should have done that from the beginning. And yes, take a new one, please. So if we go down and click on this, now see the data has been reflected, or we can see it. The data now is in some location, which is here. We will see how to count that later. But for now, we can see this is here. And if we go to the entry again, file entry, the data is no longer there. So the data has been completely removed from the MFT entry. In the past, remnant data might be found here, like Slack, MFT Slack, but now no longer that's the case. Now, no longer that is the case. As you can see here, we have, these are the A's. I'm going to do like fragmentation. I'll do that. And these are the B's. And now we have, these are the B's again. And now we have the PNG. So now, for example, we just wanted in this video to prove that there is no longer kind of, or at least based on these testing, no longer data in MFT Slack or MFT Slackspace anymore. Data actually gets completely moved outside of the MFT entry. So I hope this video was clear to you. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and see you in another video. Bye.